Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So, throughout the past 2 days, we've been getting updates on who the next 2 free-to-play units will be receiving in the game would be. Now, yesterday I decided not to actually make a video on it just because it said in the tweet that they would be announcing the next character the following day, which as of this recording happened literally 8 minutes ago. So, we now know that the next 2 free-to-play Sparking units we'll be getting are none other than Android 13 and Final Form Cooler. Now, before I get into it, just know this art is incredible. Like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all can't cap about this. What they're doing for the free-to-play units and having their like portrait-esque art like being like this is freaking incredible. It looks especially cooler. That art is kind of crispy. Let's be honest, right? But apart from all that though, what exactly does this mean? Now, obviously part 1 of the Dragon Ball Legends 5th anniversary has been, going on for a little bit, but it's more than likely possible that these 2 units are going to be hinting towards part 2 of the anniversary, like trying to build up hype towards that, right? Because obviously part 1 was Tournament of Power theme. We finally got, Tag Goku and Frieza, we got Casserole, we got Kyawe, we got a new Jiren, we got free-to-play units of obviously Ultimate Gohan and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And we even got the original Universe 7 event back that allowed you to get, the free-to-play Goku, the free-to-play Krillin, and the free-to-play Tien. So obviously that was the entire theme of part 1. But now it seems like they're starting to get the ball rolling leading up into part 2. And even though we don't have details on these units, it's kind of obvious that they're alluding to sagas from the movies being a part 2. Now, here's the thing. When it comes down to sagas from the movies, there are specific characters that you would probably think of, right? One of which would be the most obvious choice, which is Gogeta, right? The reason why I don't believe that Gogeta is going to be our next main headliner for part 2 is primarily because we literally just got Gogeta as an Ultra unit, about almost 7 months ago? So it's been a bit, but that Gogeta is still being used to this very day. He's still being used. So I significantly doubt that we're going to be getting any iteration of Gogeta. I'm talking about base Gogeta. Super Gogeta, whether it's from Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z, I don't think that's gonna happen. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I don't think that's gonna happen. And of course, Gogeta Blue is absolutely not happening. There's no way in the world we're getting another Gogeta Blue right now. But there is something that this can allude to, just from the sheer fact of them being sagas from the movies, and we don't have this character in the game yet. And that character is none other than Orange Piccolo. It sounds like the best option now because of the fact that he's not in the game and he would be really, really hype. Again, I stand by saying that I don't think Orange Piccolo is the type of unit to either start off or end the anniversary, but if he's right in the middle for part 2, that is the perfect placement, in my opinion. And this more than likely could allude to that. So it would be really, really just great to see Orange Piccolo be the main headliner of part 2. Not only that, if it is just general sagas from the movies buffs, then maybe we can get a new Gamma 1. Maybe we can get a new Gamma 2. Maybe we can finally get Teen Goten and Trunks, which is, again, I've been saying this for the longest while. My man Goten be getting no love, bruh. And they do classify Goten as, kid in Dragon Ball Legends. So, because they classify him as such, maybe we can finally get Teen Goten and Trunks. Even if they're not a Sparking unit, if they're a Tag EX unit, or even if they're individual EXs, I will take that. Just because I want my boy Goten to get some love already. But, anyway, Orange Piccolo seems like the best candidate for part 2 of the, Dragon Ball Legends 5th anniversary. Now, in terms of what these units individually can do, again, we don't have any details on these guys at all. All we know is that the event will be coming soon, but that's about it. However, I will say that if we do get Android 13, like, okay, let's see. So we haven't had a new Android 13 in Dragon Ball Legends in, quite frankly, a very, very long time. And to be fair, I mean, there's not really much else they can do with the unit. But if Android 13 were to get into the game, well, not were to, he is going to be in the game. But the only 2 tags that he would be on would be what? Powerful Opponent and Android. That's really it. I mean, obviously the episode he would be on would be Sagas from the movies. So, and if they want to give him event exclusive, then okay. This is tricky because it's either he's going to be event exclusive, androids, and powerful opponent, or he's going to be event exclusive, android, and Sagas from the movies, or event exclusive, powerful opponent, and Sagas from the movies, which would be really weird for him to not buff androids because quite literally he's an android. So I don't know what exactly is going to happen with that. I mean, obviously they know what they're doing, but again, it's kind of weird just because I don't necessarily know where he's gonna fit in with all of this. But I mean, I would say, well, okay, powerful opponent is definitely the more developed tag, but if we were to get like superhero stuff and then we end up getting like a new Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, if I'm not mistaken, those 2 units are not on powerful opponent. But then again, if it's Sagas from the movies, then that could also work too. So again, I don't know what they'll do. Who knows? But I guess we'll see in due time. As for Cooler, I think Cooler might actually be in a better spot just because we literally did get tag Goku and Frieza. So because of that, that already helps out Cooler significantly. I mean, what I would say, well, okay, it would either be LOE, powerful opponent, or Sagas, or no, Sagas from the movie. Yeah, that's really it. I mean, yeah, there's not really much else you can do with Cooler, unless like I'm forgetting something, and I'm pretty sure I'm not. Like, transforming Warrior doesn't get anything. So again, it would probably just be Sagas from the movies, LOE, and powerful opponent. Like, I think Cooler's is a lot more straightforward than, you know, Android 13's, but who knows what'll happen at the end of the day. But again, Cooler is in a better position just because we did get tag Goku and Frieza, and obviously when it comes down to that tag unit, you're probably gonna be wanting to run them with, you know, Goku and Goku and Frieza. You want to run them with Cooler, obviously. And not only that, I mean, they buff LOE, so it makes sense as to why they would work. But apart from all that though, again, I'm not really focused on the free-to-play units in the aspect of the units specifically. I'm more so focused on the free-to-play units in terms of what we're going to be focusing on for part 2 of the anniversary. And at first, when I saw Android 13, I thought it was going to be something Android themed. So again, that still could have tied to superhero with Gamma 1 and 2, right? But I was like, you know what, probably best to hold back and see what happens. Now that Cooler is the other free-to-play unit, now we know the theme is straight up Sagas from the movies. And because of that, that makes it a lot more plausible for Orange Piccolo to come into the game. And if that happens, look, for starters, there's only 2 typings Orange Piccolo could be. He's either a melee type or he's a defense type. There is literally no other typing that Orange Piccolo could be apart from those 2. Or he could be an offensive defense type, much like, you know, Vegito, Kid Buu, etc., right? So if he's like an offensive defense type, or if he's just like a straight up melee type, I'm fine with either option. But all I know is, if it is going to be Sagas from the movies, obviously primarily focusing on superhero, then I'm just hoping that not only is Orange Piccolo going to be a good character, because we got Beast Gohan before Orange Piccolo. So again, they really got to make Orange Piccolo a good unit, especially because when it came down to Sagas from the movies, and when we got, you know, the superhero units, Piccolo was the unit that fell off the fastest. Like, to this very day, you can still use Pan and you can still use Beast Gohan, but not many people use that Piccolo. And the thing is, that Piccolo wasn't even a bad unit. It's just he just didn't hold up in comparison to Pan and Gohan. So Orange Piccolo is gonna have to be that unit that can hold his own against the likes of, you know, all the units that are currently running rampant in the game and whatnot. But I think the other thing would be what element factor could he be, because we did just get Kid Buu and he's a yellow unit. I don't think we're gonna get another yellow unit. There's no way red and blue is getting replaced on movies. Like, at first I'm like, you know what, we need a new blue ultra unit, but which is true because we only have one, but at the same time Beast Gohan's not gonna get replaced that quickly. So what, maybe green again? Like green or purple? I really don't know. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. But either way though, at this point I'm just rambling. I'm just excited to see like what further updates we'll get as we progress towards part 2 of the Dragon Ball Legends 5th anniversary. It's really seeming that it's going to be Orange Piccolo for part 2, because this is kind of a big hint that it's going to be Sagas from the Movies focused, but only time will tell. But I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.